Oh, okay. Welcome everybody to part 14. And we are having... Alright, hold on.
Technical difficulties already.
Why do you have your File Explorer open?
You opened it up when you hit that hotkey.
Oh. Alright. Everything is good now. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna reload with this guy. Use run and gun.
I'm ready. Pick and move.
Move forward into this robot
Is
space
it clear?
and end his existence. There we go.
Happy now?
Now that he got a kill, he's going to be immune to being shot once. And this enemy over here, we could be tempted to move right here. But if we move all the way back this way, we're out of line of sight of the mech. We might trigger a chrysalid moving this far away. But this guy is a blade master and he has a decent chance to stun said chrysalid.
On the move.
And if we kill this guy... There we go, he's down now. Now my objective here is to get the enemies killed down to a low enough population. To the point where... Oh, okay, so let's see who we got left here. We got my... two characters, here, and... we've got Sergeant Johnson. Another grenadier. Oh, he's a lieutenant. Alright, he's already in cover. So, I remember there was a mech inside with the other soldier. So I'm going to send up Sergeant Johnson here.
I'm going in.
Alright, there he is, right here. So I'm going to try and blast open this cover to give us some line of sight on the enemies. Alright, so we need to get rid of that mech so he doesn't shit on the decoy enough, or too much. Alright, so now we need to use bones to our advantage. So with this guy, we're going to reload and throw the mimic beacon because no matter what, we're damn certain going to use it. We want to throw it far enough away from one of our soldiers so that our soldiers don't get grenaded. But we want the mimic beacon to be in every enemy's line of sight. The only time we hide it is if we don't want a certain enemy to just go fucking crazy on it. Now we're gonna use the same opportunity to give Mr. Shrink here a free Overwatch shot, since he's a specialist. Now we're gonna take a shot at this Advent Trooper and hopefully kill him. Alright, he missed, but whatever.
Negative damage. Weapons empty.
We've still got a good opportunity to get a kill on him. We're gonna try and spread out a little bit, at least, with these soldiers.
I'm trusting you here.
And where's the mech trooper? Alright, we're gonna try and kill this mech. Alright, mech is dead.
I get it, right?
So, if all things go right, the Advent Trooper and the Heavy Mech should attack the decoy. Hopefully. Oh, he's burning now, so he's not gonna be
That
able
armor's
to.
tough.
Nope.
Alright, so hopefully the Advent Trooper goes next. Yes! Alright, so the Trooper can't do 6 damage unless he crits. Or he'll just miss a 100% chance.
How do they do that?
Now this heavy mech is gonna go ahead and... No, he just did a double move. Because he's broken.
Yep.
Also, no civilians just died, which tells me there's no more chrysalids on the map, I think. We haven't heard any for a while. Quite a while.
There was... Well, I think you exposed them.
Alright, I'm gonna move directly next to the mech.
Go.
And kill this guy. Our Ranger was untouchable last turn, just in case they killed it early. We would have had a good chance to make sure that no harm came to our Ranger or other characters. Since he was the closest, he was the most likely to be shot. And I'm gonna grenade this soldier here.
Head down.
The Advent Trooper, so I can get close with my other Ranger and get a kill. %88 chance to hit.
Here I come.
I'd rather use
That's not
a
too
shotgun.
bad.
Nah, I'd rather use a shotgun shell for 100. Because if he misses, then that's another attack that we need to use. Then that's one less attack that we can use to
Who's
kill.
keeping score? Out of ammo here.
Yeah.
Ready to rock.
Alright. Game. There we go.
Are we moving out? I'm making love, Marine.
Repositioned just a little bit, and now we've got a 100% chance instead of 98.
One mechanic that I realized a little bit back and haven't actually noted yet. The shredder mechanic actually improves with the tier of the weapon that the user of it is holding onto.
It tells you that on the weapon description. Or, I'm sorry, the skill description.
No problem, boss.
Alright, so I'm gonna Overwatch with this guy, and oh! I should have fired. I thought I had an action left over still.
Medic! There's heavy fire in this zone! Menace 1-5, status confirmed.
Oh, god damn it.
Any additional contacts.
He
The
fucking
AO is
suicided.
clear. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
He's like, I'm taking you with me! We're gonna get upgraded to powered armor in a couple of days. That was actually funny. I've never seen an enemy suicide like that. But if that goes to show, guys, that those enemies, they don't give a fuck about using anything other than their grenade launcher on you. First thing. That's why mechs are dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Squad made it back
Alright, one
whole, and the
soldier
aliens
is
paid the
wounded
price.
for a little while.
Great work, Commander.
That's okay. Sergeant Johnson is no longer a sergeant.
Nope. He's higher than that. And now we can do the chrysalid autopsy.
You and your crew have dealt another serious blow to the aliens' efforts today, Commander. Impressive work.
There's only one mission with that that the armor is useful of that fucking chrysalid thing. It's useful in multiplayer, really, really good in multiplayer in PvP, but no. You get a hazmat suit from it. Yeah, you get a hazmat suit. It makes you.
People are getting damn Advent burgers. But if I find another rapper stuffed under one of these command consoles, there's gonna be hell to pay.
That was probably Tigan. That was probably Tigan that said that shit.
I cannot believe this. Did they really put that joke in this game?
There's an even better one.
Our work is proceeding as expected, Commander. I was not going to admit it to Shin, but there is one thing I miss more than my lab equipment. Those damn juicy Advent burgers. I don't know where they get the meat, and frankly, I do not want to know.
God damn it!
So yeah, it was Tigan doing that shit. Just imagine Tigan's like,
very likely was. Oh my god.
It's just like, I didn't want to admit it to Shin, but there is one thing I miss more than my lab equipment.
Those damn Advent burgers.
They're those damn juicy Advent burgers, he says.
Why? Ugh.
Those aliens are just like, you want to destroy your heart with fast food? Boy, oh boy, do I got a speedball for you.
Come on down to Advent Plaza and try our new Advent burgers.
And we've got grenade, 3 sports drink. Now with 10% less liver damage.
Don't question the mystery meat. Merely enjoy it.
New orders, Commander?
10% less liver.
You know, items like this nanoscale vest, in XCOM 2, I really feel like you just don't have the... Like, I get the idea of it, I understand the idea. This is supposed to give you +1 to your max HP early on, and it's the first thing you get. Where your soldiers on Legendary, they have 4 HP, and the Advent Troopers, the basic troopers, if they get a crit, they deal 4 damage. If they get a normal hit, it's 3 damage. So it lets your soldiers survive a critical flanked hit, which is a colossal difference. Great, but that's only on a normal Advent Trooper. And it's got a really neat interaction, but
what the hell happened?
Something like this vest is nowhere near as important as a grenade. So a lot of the unique and fun equipment that you're supposed to be able to use feels like it's just a bunch of obstructions. Like, for example, all of the body armor types that you could craft, it's useless. Most of them, because
well,
the idea behind it is you don't want to take damage ever in the first place. And, you know, something like this is nowhere near as valuable as taking armor-piercing ammo plus a grenade, or even a heavy suit with a rocket launcher.
Not just that. There were nanofiber vests, not nanoscale vests, in XCOM Enemy Unknown and Within. That was an item that I literally never used because it took away my grenades, and my grenades were really fucking valuable and useful.
The Gremlin AI. The idea being to bolster our staff with robotic assistance. I eventually decided not to bring it up to Central or Tigan, at least not until things settled down some.
Because, that item gives you a little bit of extra health, but 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item,
What?
that item gives you a little bit of extra health, but 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item, 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item, 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item, 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item, 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item, 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item, 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item, 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item, 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item, 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item, 9 times out of 10 in the situations where you end up taking damage for using that item, you would not have if you had a grenade.
Exactly.
So
They fixed that in XCOM Chimera Squad. You're actually very, very encouraged to use utility vests and whatnot. Because items like smoke grenades and flashbangs or grenades that force your enemies to reload are free actions. So are medkits. They made items be free actions. Smoke grenades and all of that shit. It doesn't take you an action. So you're just like, oh wow, really? So I can use it whenever I want now. Like there's no qualms, no arguments about using grenades.
That's the major problem with this game, and I feel like it was kind of more or less designed to be too hard in a lot of instances for a main audience, because the large-scale audience is not going to be attracted to a game like this on difficulty alone.
Through to your quarters now.
Well,
I had high hopes for the Resistance under your leadership, Commander, and you have outdone yourself.
Alister, you have to keep in mind that we are playing it on a... Oh, you son of a fucking bitch, aliens.
Oh!
I'm
well,
just
there's
gonna
the
counter
Avatar
the minor
Project breakthrough. You don't even need to know what those are.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the game is already doing this to you. That is... See, that right there is bullshit.
Alister, you're very strongly opinionated, but you're really neglecting to look at the amount of intel we have right now.
How much do we have?
322. Alister, this is late game. This isn't early game anymore.
Well, I suppose late game you would be more equipped to actually get better. We've also been lucky in that a lot of the missions we've been trying to do for the Council have also led us to get more intel.
Plotting new course.
Yeah. By the way, the upgrades also cost a shit ton more supplies. They might not cost more Illyrium and alloys, but supplies they definitely cost more. I literally have nothing to build because it's, I have to advance.
You may as well just staff other areas then if you're not going to build anything.
I guess.
At least for right now.
I mean, I could just do this.
That would allow you to go after another alien facility right now.
I mean, kind of. I might as well fill out the facilities. There's nowhere else that they can go.
You can reach one in Asia now.
I can reach anywhere on the goddamn world.
What?
I can reach anywhere in the world.
Oh.
I have made a number of interesting discoveries, Commander.
Hey, powered armor. The Wraith suit.
Physically, the Advent shield bearers are quite similar to the bulk of Advent's forces, in that they are the product of careful genetic engineering that generally mirrors the human form. Most of their unique qualities come from a difference in equipment and armor. Components I'm sure Shen would have an interest in examining. These shield bearers are not all that dissimilar from their various Advent peers. Their armor is perhaps the most distinctive feature differentiating them.
Yeah, experimental armor. Alright, we're gonna get this Advent turret breakdown.
The turrets we see employed by Advent throughout their various facilities and security checkpoints are automated, much in the same way the alien mechanized units are. A significant amount of time was likely spent developing the optical sensors and targeting system, which I expect Shen will want to thoroughly examine following the disassembly process.
Alright, in 2 days we'll start building our turret thing over there.
Your turret matrix.
the UFO finds us.
I
Sometimes
am sure
there's a
you'll
good
find the
chance
results to be as intriguing as I do, Commander.
that it wouldn't even happen during a campaign. The chances of it happening are so low.
Advent doesn't seem to have any issues stationing completely autonomous weapons in close proximity to the people in those cities. Really shows you how much they care.
I don't think the aliens view autonomous weapons the same way we do. Even if that was the case of not caring, I think it's more that they just know what they're doing with the machines.
Yeah. Not only that, those automated turrets are very good stationary defenses for stalling people out in order for reinforcement units to get to an area.
Alright, so I guess that we're gonna research either the Andromedon autopsy so we can get better ambushes, guaranteed, or we can do the Archon to get the fusion blade.
It's up to you.
I'll see that work begins.
Oh, you're gonna do psionics. I'm
I'll
surprised.
contact you when I have a full
I mean, I'm
report
just gonna
available.
build a facility. It's unlikely that we're even gonna get the.
You may as well have it.
Defense facility.
We're not gonna
Show
use
it all.
We're not. It's not gonna get used, Alister.
No, but you may as well show off the fact that it exists and what it can do for you if we happen to get hunted, which it's funny that it's not going to happen to you because I've had 2 UFOs trying to hunt me already.
Yeah. One of them you're damn near guaranteed to dodge, and then the next one that happens, they get you. Sometimes they get you on the first
I
one.
didn't dodge the first one. I got blasted down and had to defend myself.
Yeah.
Before he made contact, I just assumed the spokesman had died or moved on after the council dissolved. From what little he's told me, it sounds like he managed to gain a position with the Advent government early on, if only to start leaking intel to the Resistance.
Huh.
Strategic resource located.
Wait a minute. What did I just
What did
spend
you-
supplies on?
You spent it on that.
Okay. Well,
Hello,
I
Commander.
need to go to the black market and sell so I can buy this armor because it's 600 supplies. I thought it was 500, 600.
God damn. I mean, that's tier 3 armor for your whole squad, but damn.
Avenger plotting new course.
This difficulty is just expensive.
Yes, that means you can't afford to lose as many resistance havens.
Market is open.
Oh shit. Oh, I could just hold D.
Shadow Broker.
Hey, you want these alien dead bodies?
Hey, we'd love to have those corpses. We'll pay you.
You have a deal. I'm gonna
Yes.
sell one of those venom rounds.
You have
You
more
know,
than you
yeah,
can
it's
use.
unlikely that I'm ever actually gonna use the venom rounds. I'll use the flame rounds, but
You really don't like the Venom rounds.
well, the thing is, it's worth a lot of money right now, and that's what I need.
God damn it.
Muton Corpse, Shield Bearer Corpse, sell those. Archon Corpse, I need to keep those.
Ladies and gentlemen, the busy work that would be cut out in any other playthrough.
They need to know the strategies, Alister.
I know.
New orders, Commander?
Warden armor.
This is our basic power armor frame, providing the durability you'd expect from a giant armored suit.
Our troops look like they walked out of a sci-fi game from the 60s now.
But they still kept bandanas.
Yeah, I know, right?
Pickings are slim, but I'm hoping we find a few more recruits who can handle a wrench. I could use the help.
Woman, we have this entire ship staffed to the point where I don't even know where to put people anymore.
I know. And she's sitting there bitching about needing more people. The difference is that there are a few places you could still put people for her.
Setting course for Sector 2, Australia.
Alright, so now it's time to start aggressively expanding towards alien facilities to slow them down. You know what? Psionics. We're researching psionics, but...
Research is proceeding as planned, Commander.
Oh.
Apparently my predecessor was something of a brute when it came to handling the interrogation and autopsy of alien subjects. What I've heard, he was keen to get her hands dirty whenever possible.
Commander, the shadow chamber is up and running. All we have to do now is put it to use.
He was referencing Dr. Valen, for anyone wondering. And she got her hands dirty a lot. She felt more emotionally detached from the dangers and brutality of what she was doing than he did.
Andromedon, Elite Trooper, Elite Shield Bearer, Elite Officer, Heavy Mech, Heavy Lancer, Codex Archon. Alright, so... this calls for extreme anti-machine measures. Recover the item from the Advent vehicle. Very difficult. 15 enemies. 5 pods.
This is where the game's difficulty is going to peak. And one of the biggest reasons why the game's difficulty has a really fucking annoying tendency to peak in these instances, the pods increase in number. The size of your map does not.
No.
Ever. And that is a real damn problem. I was gonna say, you said you needed anti-machine measures. What about your blue screen rounds?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna get. Hold on.
No?
Some people complain that they're making. I think that the alien rulers wanted people to take more risks, but when you compare that to Chimera Squad, you can see that there's clear deficiencies, just due to the simple fact that, well, you can't afford to take damage. In Chimera Squad, though, if you actually take a light wound with a soldier, then there's no penalty. They can keep going on perfectly fine for the next day. They're 100% okay. We needed the other weapon for the... yeah, the Troika. There we go. Alright. So we've got all of the anti-machinery measures that we're gonna need. Because they've got codexes galore. Tell you what, I'm gonna take only one of these. I'm gonna take a flashbang. Because if the codexes show up, we can flash them, and that will allow us to grenade them and shoot them without them replicating. Everything is A-okay. Alright, that all checks out. Let's make sure we didn't miss any weapon attachments. What do we got? Superior expanded magazine? I mean, I suppose we can put that on our other specialist, right? There we go. We're gonna take that stock off, so just in case we miss a codex. I would rather completely whiff on a codex than get, like, a stock for 1 damage.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Menace, ready to deploy.
Remote reconnaissance has picked up a weak advent signal, slowly moving through this area. We think it's one of their data vaults being transported by a truck. The target is vulnerable, and as far as we can tell, the data may be tied to the alien operation we recently detected. Take out any hostile forces protecting the vehicle, secure the AO, and recover the assets.
Alright, here we go. Back
Menace
to
1-5.
mission.
Got a bead on the Advent data vault near your position. Be advised, self-detonating charges are in place at the target. Move to disarm and extract the package before its contents are destroyed.
Alright, let's move up with this guy and do a scanning protocol.
Hostile forces spotted.
I want to make sure nothing is on top of the bridge. Or better yet, you know what? I need to get into position with my specialists. So that way I can set up with the Overwatch shots.
Moving on target location.
Oh! Okay.
Got it covered.
Hopefully they don't move towards him and we get spotted. That'd be very unfavorable to us.
Got it.
Moving out.
Ten-4.
Here comes more!
Oh, god damn it. Okay, okay. Okay, good. We didn't get spotted. Jesus.
That was a little worrying right there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He started walking straight towards us and then just turned away.
Yeah, he literally just turned the fuck around like, I don't want to look over there anymore. Fuck this. I need a break. This armor, it's too heavy. You have any idea what it's like? Looking to shit around in an acid bath?
Affirmative. Covering Noi.
Our environment is toxic to that thing. Did you know that, Alister?
Yeah, our environment is toxic to that thing? Well, guess what? When he fucking cracks that shell open, his environment is toxic to us.
The question is, who do I take the shot at? Codex? Or the Andromedon? I'm gonna move here.
On my way.
There we go. Moving in their blind spots like
hostiles over here.
Oh my fucking god!
Wait, what? What the fuck did I just miss? I looked away from the screen for a second. What the hell?
That's basically a mission over. I have to reload.
What happened?
I moved forward, and because I moved forward, there's another enemy pod up ahead, which nothing was triggered. I could have easily moved back, but that means I would have wasted another turn, and I literally cannot attack.
Yeah, you got 7 turns to do this. You can't afford that shit.
Well, the thing is, I decided, okay, maybe I can move up here, and I can get a better shot at the Andromedon.
Oh my god, there are 3 fucking pods swarming this area. Are you sure you shouldn't just slip everybody up to the high ground and try and use that to your advantage?
No, because then I'll trigger even more of them.
Oh god.
I'm already gonna forcibly trigger 2 pods.
On Overwatch.
So I guess I'm just gonna go for getting the shots on this Andromedon.
Moving to
From
designated
here,
coordinates.
hopefully, not spotting a 3rd pod. Thank you. This is a 67% chance to hit that shot. That's not gonna kill anything. Well, go for the glory, I guess. No pain, no gain.
Well, and that's pretty much the most durable and dangerous enemy there.
No, she's gonna hit them both.
We're in their sight.
Or at least take both shots. There we go. Those odds were stacked against us, but it worked out.
Thank RN Jesus.
By the
That
way,
should kill him.
This dude's about to tear every single enemy into one around here. Because his Guardian is gonna proc a ridiculous number of times.
The game is the game is taking forever to figure itself out now. Fuck you. Again!
This one might be trying something.
Again!
And now the Archon and the Codex will trigger, and she will snipe the Codex kindly. I said snipe the Codex! Snipe the Codex! Oh, boy.
No, that didn't happen.
I tell you.
Should you focus down that Archon while you have the chance?
Oh, dude, get rid of the fucking Codex. You know what? No, the Codex, I'm gonna try and treat it like the late game sectoid. I know that she's not gonna do anything for a while. The Archon and the Andromedon battle suit, however, definitely will do something.
Yeah, they really will. That was pretty well executed, though. He basically took that entire pod out himself. And had that Andromedon not had a resurrection protocol, that would have been the end of it.
The old extreme damage.
Oh my god! That was brutal! C'est magnifique. I say as though I'm actually French. I'm not. There goes the battle suit.
That's how it's done.
It was a 100% chance, so. Top 10 things that Troy says the most. They just compile me 100% chance of a million fucking times.
You have said that a lot this LP.
Early game is my favorite part of this XCOM game. It's the most punishing part of the game, but I like it because I feel like there's more options. Whereas late game,
I feel like this
so
game
much...
is honestly too punishing in a lot of instances for a wider audience, though, and that kind of.
Well, that's why you just turn
work.
the difficulty down.
Even when you turn the difficulty down,
we're playing on the highest possible difficulty, Alister. And on easy difficulty, if you have 3 dead soldiers, you know how much defense your soldier has in full cover? Your last guy?
80.
Yeah. Which means normal troopers can no longer hit you in full cover. Which, the game only tells you that it's 40%. So they're lying to you. Aha! You activated my trap card.
I'm only annoyed that he wasn't able to do it twice, but whatever. He didn't need to. That mimic beacon is hardcore saving your asshole right now.
Well, that's what we're doing on purpose. If the enemies are forced to attack the mimic. I knew that that's what they were going to do. Late
that
game,
Archon is dead. All you need to do is throw a grenade.
Or just use a shotgun and reload the rest of my character.
Yeah. But just turning the difficulty down doesn't help some people either, because Seth can't really play this game very well.
What you need to...
What's over there?
Go.
What?
On easy difficulty, you just walk up, throw grenade, and shoot enemy in face. Switch. That's the only tactic you need that early on easy.
There you go.
Doesn't work for him.
Sure thing.
Maybe he's throwing the grenades the wrong way. Surely there's something.
You would have to talk to him about that. He really just hates the fact that random chance, in a lot of cases, decides when you hit something and when you fucking don't. Which...
I mean, not really, especially not on easy. If you miss...
Yeah, really, that's still a big factor on any difficulty. Particularly if you're not very fluent in the mechanics of the game.
Well, that goes down to player error, Alister. And you can't blame the game for human error.
Actually, I can blame the game when it doesn't explain enough of its mechanics for you to have any idea how half of that is supposed to work when it kicks your ass that way.
Wait, yeah, you get plenty of explanation. It's just the game doesn't, like, handhold you like other games.
You actually don't, because 90% of the nuances to these mechanics you don't know.
Whatever you say.
Alister, the stuff I've showed you is something that gets really, really dug into. Is that a pod of... Double pod.
That's 2 pods, yeah. Oh,
again.
my God.
And an Overwatch. Get the fuck out of here.
This game... And this is definitely one of the pieces of the formula that definitely does not help the game when it comes to a lot of things, is... Regardless of difficulty, taking on this many enemies is a real issue.
Without a mimic beacon? Yeah.
Which you just spent.
free. Come on. Get it. Give it.
Troy, you're...
Here we go.
There it is. I'm gonna say your grenade might not quite be wide enough for that, but apparently it is.
Prove your role. Nerd.
I want it on record that Advent Mech is half phased into that truck.
It's on record.
We have a record? What?
That's affirmative.
Is he gonna get shot? No, he's not. He's not within visual range yet.
Dies instantly. Doesn't get shot, just dies randomly.
I had a feeling I would get a critical hit if I shot him.
Well, how about that?
A lot of Seth's problem is that at the end of the day, he does not have the patience to try to learn strategy. You know, that's kind of
what I'm saying, Alister. If he's blaming RNG, it's more than likely he's taking shots at enemies that are still in cover.
That's just it. After a certain point, RNG can still be a factor to an extent. Because you've shown that in order for RNG to not fuck you, you have to stack that RNG very heavily in your favor. And you've shown it can be done. And there are many ways to do it. But it does also still take a lot of effort and a lot of mental acuity that, due to the sharp-ass difficulty curve this game often has, it's really hard for a lot of people to very easily do that.
That's an 85% chance. Is he less than 10 HP? I can't see the ticker, the stat sheet because of the stream.
Yeah, he's less than 10 health. He's got 8 health left, in fact.
If only these mechs were grouped up.
Yeah, I really wish they were.
I guess that'll be okay.
You can blow both of those infantry up and clear the cover for one of them.
Both of them.
Oh, you get the cover for both of those guys.
Catch!
But yeah, if you miss a shot on easy, do you want to know how much of an aim bonus you get for one missed shot towards your
Roy,
next
I
shot?
know how much of an aim bonus you get. You only get 10 for every missed shot.
And it stacks even more to give you an extra 20 or 30. Like,
Going in for the kill.
I understand that, but I have actually played a game that is isometric tactical like this one is, and does not use an RNGC to determine whether or not you hit. It uses it to determine how much damage you do, because every weapon in this game has optimal ranges at where the RNG is more or less stacked in their favor due to the weapon type,
Not
right?
good. Running dry on
Well,
ammo.
that is also true for the game in question that I'm referring to. If it didn't have a relatively stereotypical story, oh wow, he is really fucking you.
no, it's fine. We've got
the game-
powered armor, so we'll be okay for the most part. As long as one soldier doesn't get repeatedly critted over and over, he's good.
Damn.
I might need some help.
Oh Jesus.
They're really focused firing him. Oh,
yeah, they are, because that mech is going for him.
No?
No?
There's 2 soldiers on the right that are just barely close enough to get multi-hits on.
At least we know where they are.
Ah.
He's dead.
Ah.
Nope.
I'm under fire.
Holy shit. How are you still alive?
He missed a 15% chance. By the way,
And
there's
the game
still an
ended up...
Andromedon out there that I have to fight before I get that objective.
Didn't you already blow up the one Andromedon that was here?
There's another
You've
one.
already... There's another one?
Yep.
Oh, great.
Heading out.
Why do you think I equipped myself with this much shit? This much anti-machinery?
But it, like, basically the way the game worked was your optimal range for your guns determined whether or not your damage rolls would be as high as they could be. For instance,
but you know what? That's also, I could also say that that's complete horse shit too, because I'm not rolling for maximum damage every time. Therefore, I'm not getting a kill when I shot that enemy, so that's fucking stupid.
Go medical.
You can technically say that, but like, to a certain point...
I flanked him and I shot him, and it didn't kill him, so that's RNG, that's bullshit.
Gotta do better.
Like,
you can technically go that route, and yet again, I have been interrupted before I can try to finish my statement here. But by the same token, guns, they really do variable damage, depending on where you've hit the target, how you've hit them, and what their fucking caliber of bullet is. So that RNG more or less makes sense. Accuracy variables definitely make sense to an extent. Defense in this game makes it feel weird sometimes, though, because it actually decreases your chance to hit, as opposed to simply giving them an innate resistance to damage, which armor does.
Armor does, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Different name. It's just a different name. Same concept. They just changed it around.
It isn't, because dodge and defense are 2 different forms of evasion the enemy use to avoid getting hit from attacks. The difference being is that dodge is a partial evasion of damage because it reduces the damage you take. It doesn't negate it. When defense is involved, for whatever reason, the unit just seems to magically have an aura that reduces your ability to hit it, the way that it's coded.
Oh no, it's like magnetic shielding around the enemy. Kind of like a protocol, except it's built into the armor. That's what that is.
And it would be nice if the game would actually explain that, but I don't think it does, for all the details that it does give you.
Make them count.
There are pros and cons to both systems. The main difference being is that weapons had ranges that were much more definable in the game that I was playing than they kind of do here. But at the same time, realistically speaking, you can still shoot somebody with a heavy Gatling at that range and still have a good chance to hit. You can still shoot somebody from a pistol from this range and have a good chance to hit. Whereas in the other game, pistols were actually shorter range than practically every other gun there was.
I'll go.
But they actually did not lack for firepower. Submachine guns were the only other weapons in that game that actually had comparable lacking in range, if you want to go for that description. And units also, when they got shot at by an enemy, would return fire. Now, return fire with most weapons was actually had reduced damage because you were firing back right after you'd been hit, which implies that your aim would probably be off, so when you did hit them, you wouldn't be hitting them in as vital an area.
-15, the clock is ticking. That detonator isn't going to wait. Get to the vault and disarm it before we run out of time.
Another way it tried to handle it was it tried to make you use your sniper at maximum range from the target by trying by basically telling you actually do minimum damage the closer the weapon is to your target when you fire it, and you actually do maximum damage with a sniper rifle from maximum range, which makes sense because at point blank range, at the velocity most rifles fire, you would get a through and through shot, which means that it would still damage the person you shot. But since the bullet is moving at too high a velocity to cause shrapnel damage by staying trapped in the body it just hit, it would obviously cause you far less trauma.
If you say so.
In fact,
I would like to add something.
Ready to rock.
In fact, people prefer it when you get shot through and through as opposed to the bullet staying inside you. Go ahead.
And that would be,
I'm ready.
when you try to add realism to a game, it's fun at first, but then you start to realize that it's kind of like those those Arby's sandwiches.
Got it covered.
It sounds good at first,
I think what you're getting at is after a certain extent, there's too much realism.
and
because
then
it-
you start to grade on the actual experience of the game. Like, I could say that these missed shots are actually a lot more accurate because these are untrained or informally trained resistance people. Like yeah, it's trial by fire with these characters.
That's actually very much how it was even in the original XCOM. You were more or less a rookie despite how good your training was. And you would probably have worse training in this particular game situation for weapons and tactics because the military is not working for you. In fact, the military is not even remotely human for the most part.
I really don't want to trigger that fucking Andromedon over there.
I really don't want you to trigger it either, but you're going to have to get in there in order to shut that thing down inside of 2 turns. What else are you going to do?
Use run and gun to complete
I hope
the
it's
objective.
worth it.
Intentionally beef the objective. But this game still managed to be pretty fun while still applying that kind of realism.
Follow me, Marine.
Granted, I still think that game had balancing issues, but probably not quite to the extent that this game sometimes does.
Yeah, if they just remove the mod system, it'd be perfect.
Come get some.
If they did this game a lot more like Fire Emblem does its isometric tacticals, it would probably be a lot better. Where you would just, you you drop in on a map, you have stealth with your units, and you could even technically have Fog of War. But you have enemy units that are already in their own placements, and they're not part of some kind of pod or particular group. They're all just basically, working on the same army. And you gotta try and manage your army better than theirs. And Fire Emblem's franchise is also famous for having permadeath on its heroes too. But if you are a more casual gamer who doesn't like that, they do leave in the option for you to turn it off if you so desire.
Menace 1-5, you're almost out of time. The detonator is about to blow.
Silence. I'm the captain here.
I'm going.
I'm on my way.
Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. We have positive confirmation of the target package. Move to acquire.
Thank goodness I can hack it right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now somebody please hack that goddamn thing and shut it down.
Well, alright.
You're not in a great situation to be doing that, don't get me wrong.
Well, I can just... I could use just use run and gun and actually get in there and get it. So that's why I'm really worried about it. My chances are going to be significantly more shitty to,
this guy should go down with the accuracy of most of your shots. Should is a really fucking dangerous word, though, when that happens.
That's fine. He's gonna boost the aim of everybody else.
Yes, he does, and that was actually one thing I ended up doing.
Well, she's already been
You forgot the holo targeting, and you got lucky as hell. Oh, that damage rating. Ooh. Oh.
I just blew up somebody's car in the distance by accident.
Well, I hope they got insurance.
Ass whooping insurance? Because you're about to pay a huge deductible.
I had forgotten about that for a long time.
Did you see that one?
Title of this video is Ass whooping insurance.
You should be able to move over there and hack that fucking machine now.
I'm not moving to the left side of that,
I'll take a look.
I'm not moving to the left side of that truck, because I hear that Andromedon stomping around, and I don't like that.
Well, don't move to the left side of that truck, then. You just dealt with a reinforcement pod.
Contact chalk for a nearby region, awesome.
And the game validates you once again for going for the easier one to procure.
Well, I mean, the other one didn't really mean
Menace
much to me.
1-5, status confirmed.
No, it really didn't. At this point, you've researched
that confirms
Eliminate
my
any
fucking
remaining hostiles
suspicions.
near the AO.
There's your sound ping right there.
Sure thing.
But,
Affirmative, covering now.
if they just designed this game more similarly to Fire Emblem in terms of how they set up its combat system.
Oh, he accidentally blew up 2 cars.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope they got insurance.
If you say so.
I can hear Mr. Torg, though, in the background going, "We here at the Torg Corporation sincerely believe this is fucking awesome!"
Move into position.
God damn it, Ethel.
Whatever you say.
That dog is driving my mom crazy right now.
Your dog name is Ethel?
She named our puppy Ethel. Yes.
Covering now.
I'm on it.
I wonder if you could just, like, climb in that truck and just close the door back.
He can, actually. That is something you can do.
Moving to Overwatch.
If I don't find them after this turn, I'm gonna scan.
Overwatch.
Oh! What the? He's right there!
What? Oh my god!
Look at him.
He's got friends.
Bunch of fucking filthy animals. I knew my suspicions were right not to move on the left side of that truck.
I'm on it.
Come get some.
Oh my god, Troy.
See, look,
You're not gonna fire like a grenade or something over there?
Playing this game.
Ready to launch.
You're not gonna fire like a grenade or something?
No, it's gonna piss them off, and there's a codex over there. 2 of them. 3 of them.
Wait, what the shit?
Why do you think...
3 codexes?
I told you, Alister, I developed a strong nose for bullshit. And...
I look like the coyote.
That's why I brought all of this anti-robot shit, alright?
I know why you brought it all.
Moving.
And now they're refusing to move. Nope, they disappeared.
I'm on it.
Go medical.
That soldier is so fucked up.
I think we can come to an amicable agreement. Alright?
Yes, we live, you die by firing squad. We come to an agreement.
Just come out slowly.
Take your medicine.
Sergeant
Come get
Johnson.
some.
Affirmative. Covering on Overwatch.
On Overwatch.
I've got movement here.
You know what?
What's over there?
Good idea. Where's the Patrick?
Moving out.
Up your ass and around the corner.
Scanning.
Scanning, got it covered.
Scanning. Got it covered.
Alright, let me reset everybody's turns.
What? Did you hear something?
You could shoot a grenade past that truck, and you would past that van, and you would almost certainly kill him.
But here's the thing, Alister. If it doesn't kill every single one of those codexes, do you know how many codexes are going to be all over the fucking map?
Well, thanks to the explosion in front of the damn hallway that I'm now going to have to walk past in order to make dinner.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Affirmative, covering now. Moving to Overwatch.
I'm on it. On Overwatch.
No peeking.
Something moved over there.
No peeking. Sergeant Johnson has some of the best lines.
Alright. Let me get my other shotgun a little bit closer. Nah, this is as close as we're gonna get.
Absolutely. Blinding him.
They're all disoriented. What are you gonna do?
Move at point blank range and shoot them.
Alright, I'll go.
Flush them out. Make sure there's no good cover.
Three goddamn codexes. Wow! You've got to be joking. That was the best move they could think to make?
Well, their movement range is cut in half. By the way, this explosion is probably not going to hit my ranger at the back of the car because the explosion of the
No, but it is going to destroy the package that we just secured.
We hacked it, Alister. Look at Bones. He's carrying the package.
Oh. Well, you've basically just solved the vast majority of your problem.
Take this.
That Andromedon is dead and is going to revive now.
No, he's not.
Then what died?
A codex.
Huh.
Oh, by the way, codexes who are disorientated are
you might be.
unable to teleport.
Oh, it looks like they're unable to clone too while that's active.
Moving to Overwatch.
Yeah, that's what I said before. That's why I disorientated them.
Yeah, but you said they couldn't clone. You didn't say, or you said they couldn't teleport. You didn't say they couldn't clone.
I said that before. That's why I was like, I'm gonna use this grenade.
Oh, you must have lagged out on me when that happened.
Oh, okay.
That happens sometimes on Discord.
Move into fire position.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes, actually.
Is it clear?
Blade Master will trigger on every single individual one of these enemies.
Well, the critical's triggering on that Andromedon right now.
Happy now?
I gotta say, with a name like Andromedon, that is definitely not what I was expecting to see.
Seems doable.
That probably sounds really stupid, but...
You dumb.
You give me gum-gum. That actually was a decent movie.
So,
sequel
that
was
Codex will likely die, and we're covering every action of our enemies with a shitload of Overwatches, as well as a Blade Master if they decide to move.
Blade Master did not trigger on her.
Well, yeah, because the gun, that's threat assessment. It triggers before everything. And he just stunned the Andromedon that tried to punch him.
He stunned a battlesuit. That's funny. Oh my god. Here. Catch that with your face.
There you go.
All done.
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Oh, man.
Jesus. That was pretty good considering what happened to you.
Yeah, the mission originally said like 12 enemies or some shit, but we fought 20.
Damn.
20 out of 20 killed at the end, it said.
Yeah. And only one of those was a reinforcement group, by the way. That Shadow Chamber lied to you.
Oh, wait a minute, I know what it is. Because you get one kill on the Andromedon, and then you have to kill that Andromedon a second time. And then add the reinforcements on top of that, and it makes sense.
You know, that might have been the problem, because we had two Andromedons, and then there were both of their battle suits.
And then you get the Codex replications.
The Codexes didn't get to replicate.
Now, you see how drastically the wound timers are reduced with heavy armor? Or, I'm sorry, the plated... Not plated.
Yeah, actually, because those wounds would have been a lot worse. We have our first Colonel.
This is the medic.
Or Colonel.
He gets capacitor discharge then.
Or Colonel, as they are called by Kat from Halo Reach.
Yeah, she's probably gonna drive you off a cliff while she's at it.
Hey, man.
Oh, we got one of everything.
She can drive me off a cliff anytime, because the last time she drove me over a fucking ledge, I survived. I can't say the same for a bunch of other motherfuckers who try that shit.
Alright, we got an engineer that we can do nothing with.
Yeah, you can. You can staff him in something.
Oh, god damn it.
That's always useful.
There you go.
Don't ever say you can't do anything with it until you've literally got so many engineers you have nowhere else to put them.
I mean, there's no, all actions that we can do with them are vestigial at this point in time.
Putting them in the resistance comms is still useful because you haven't made contact with every potential area.
You definitely don't need
For
that,
the Australian sector.
You don't necessarily need that unless, for whatever reason, this game drags on so long, you have to go to every area you haven't made contact with just to clear out enemy Advent black sites. Avatar progress.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
We are Central.
Commander, we're making progress piecing this thing back together, but it hasn't been pretty.
Our soldiers completely disabled this unit in the field. What we're hearing is merely a byproduct of electrical impulses. I assure you, it is well past the point of feeling pain.
I'll take your word for it, Doctor.
I'm sending you a new secret now.
I don't like the way Shen said that.
These are coordinates. Return coordinates. Think we've got a point of origin. Well, part of one.
Something else. Something underneath. One more. The unit is attempting to block further access.
That's not all it's doing. I'm losing the data we've already decrypted.
Almost there. Just one more adjustment.
Forget the data. It's accessing power core. Overriding my safeties. Increasing power levels to Tigan. Sever the connection.
There.
Got it.
Some sort of fail-safe protocol, I imagine. The Codex must have intentionally overloaded the interface to prevent any further theft of information. Still, I believe I was one step ahead.
That's an enormous amount of data.
Yes, and I expect it may take some time to decipher.
Better get started. I don't think we're going to be able to do that again.
I'll proceed with the necessary research and preparation. With your approval, of course, Commander. I'd also suggest we look into those coordinates.
That's if I could reconstruct the data we lost in the transfer. I just hope it was worth it.
Somebody clean up that goddamn glass.
Objective added.
Decrypt Codex data.
Commander, now that we've built the Shadow Chamber, we should be able to complete a more thorough analysis of the alien artifacts and data we've been recovering.
It looks like we've got our work cut out for us, Commander.
In the field, the Codex appears as an anomalous form in an almost constant state of flux, seemingly only present in our world for milliseconds at a time. However, it was apparently not immune to the effects of conventional weaponry, having dissipated before leaving behind this object.
We're only just now able to do something with that?
Well, we've been able to do that since we built the Shadow Chamber. It's just that we were so busy researching technology that if we would have taken 6 days off, that could have meant the difference between an extra mission that I'd run with lower tier gear.
New objective added.
Oh, and by the way, we're doing this.
We're ready to move when you are, Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest information.
Also, what happened? Huh.
Operation Ghost Tower? Alright. Let's finish this area.
Hey, the Australian outback.
Hey, there's a kangaroo in the background.
We've established contact with the local resistance forces in this region, Commander. We're ready to move on the coordinates we pulled from the Codex.
Hated.
Oh.
Right. Are both of our scanning specialists healthy? No, they're not. Bones
One of them is not. Yeah.
Alright, so we can afford to build a radio relay here. No, we can't. We're having
Avenger
poverty
plotting
problems
new course.
attempting to build that right now, so we're just gonna have to back off.
Alien debris cleared.
We have enough now.
I mean, you could staff
Unemployment
the
is
work.
starting to become an issue.
Yeah, you can staff the proving ground.
10 engineers is all you'll ever need. More than you'll ever need, actually. And I just built that laboratory just for shits and giggles. We've dug out so much of the ship so early.
I don't like the fact that we're chasing another set of coordinates into the middle of nowhere. We've done it before, and we didn't like what we found then either. Wilderness or not, the aliens could be setting up an ambush, or worse for all we know. Our people will be prepped and ready for a fight. I just wish we had more to go on.
God damn it.
Hello, doggies.
Heavy Mech,
Hello,
Elite Trooper, Andromedon, Codex. Oh my gosh. Elite Shield Bearer, Elite Lancer, Viper, and that is most definitely going to be a sectopod. There's no way that it isn't. It's fucking October.
Setting course for South Africa.
It's not just that. At this point in the game, you've seen literally every enemy except the sectopod. So if it's enemy unknown, process of elimination.
No, there's another enemy. They're just not coming
Really?
yet because they're not allowed.
What enemies?
The Gatekeeper.
The Gatekeeper?
Yep, the Gatekeeper.
Is that another psionic enemy?
Yes, it is. Very powerful psionic enemy.
Oh, great.
That will eat you alive unless you learn the game. In which case, I don't know. XCOM is the type of game where you can't just, when you get your ass handed to you on a silver platter with 24 karat gold garnishings all around it, and they served it up with, like, you know, a painting on the side of it just to please you while you're eating food. You need to think about why that happened, and you need to adjust your tactics accordingly. A lot of people who I've seen get frustrated with the game are the type of people they get aggravated at the fact that they can't make the game, they can't use any tactics they want and make the game roll out the way they want to. That can frustrate them with their inability to adapt.
Sorry, folks. Continue, Troy.
Alister, can you mute your microphone, please? Don't do that. Alister.
I know. I'm
Mute
trying
it.
to fix it.
Just mute it. It's all of the ruffling and plastic.
I know what it is.
There we go. Swap those two around because this character is a combat specialist. EMP bomb and armor piercing since we don't have the other things available. Alright, so we are fully outfitted to absolutely destroy these mechanical units. And do we have any upgrades available? Yes, we do. We've got plenty. But they're all basic. We got only this here overkill. Get an auto loader on that.
Okay. Sorry, folks. Mom's heading over to Angela's to drop a couple of things off, and I guess that means I'm making dinner. She does not feel good today either. From the looks of it.
Alright. We've applied
Anyway.
just about all the weapon attachments that we can, so let's go.
So, that actually what Troy meant. They can't use all the tactics that they want.
No, not that.
A lot
I'm meaning they have an innate inability to adapt. There's a difference.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
That's what I was actually about to explain, Troy. A lot of the people who fail at games, particularly isometric tacticals like this one that demand so much from you, they don't adapt, they don't strategize, or they don't work the way the game is clearly intended for you to be working.
There's a lot of strategies that you can use to get through Legendary. It's just that I choose one that I'm personally invested in, on focusing on lots of guarantees and hard counters to enemy units.
Yeah, yours is basically you take the safest route to solving the problem with the fewest risks and the fewest losses. Now, it tends to be one of the more expensive in terms of resource acquisition all around, but you more or less proved, despite the fact that this game series, particularly this game in question, is being infamous for a lottery, that this game doesn't have to be if you learn the tricks. Much like Dark Souls, if you learn the tricks, the game can actually be rendered much less difficult.
Yeah,
it merely requires you to understand what you're doing.
For all of our viewers out there, to give you a great example of what I mean as an inability to adapt.
Heading there now.
How many of you people out there, when you're fighting through an RPG or a game, and you get a healer in the party,
moving on target location,
and the healer's like, fuck, I'm out of mana, hold on a second. And you're just like, give me health now, and they say, just use a potion. And they're like, and your first reflex is, no, you use your goddamn spell. How many of you out there absolutely refuse items?
Roger, got my eyes on.
Yeah, and you don't care if they're as bountiful as the grass on the earth. Holy shit!
I am away from this. I am away from the screen right now. For anybody wondering.
The number of enemies that are just stomping around, you can hear it.
But the main, a great example for the way Troy is trying to get his point across is he showed me a series of fails of Darkest Dungeon. These fails were largely caused by people who don't think or want the game to, or want the battle to end in a specific way in their favor, rather than simply taking the most efficient and intelligent pathway around. And Darkest Dungeon is very similar to XCOM in the sense that RNG can get you. The enemies are really tough. Your heroes are going to die. Stress is a major issue. Everything in this game is meant, it feels like, to fuck with you. But for anyone who has also watched his Darkest Dungeon videos, he goes through almost 100 rooms with a team of 4 characters and prevents all of them from having a heart attack. He prevents all of them from dying and has to endure multiple consecutive boss battles, numerous random encounters along the way, and all of this. I have seen many players mess with Darkest Dungeon, and they will get shredded to the 9 hells and have to do that mission that he did once, 4 or 5 times, because they don't have adequate preparation, and they focus on one specific strategy instead of trying to adapt to the situation at hand and prepare accordingly.
Yeah, and, you know, the adaptation sometimes is just not using things that you don't normally want to use, like consumer.
Overwatch.
That can also be what sometimes makes me suffer when I play a real-time strategy game. There are artillery units in that game that can deal a colossal amount of damage, or in almost any game that is real-time strategy-based. If you are smart and you know how to put those to use, you can melt an enemy's base in minutes, and even use them to help shred an enemy's army with the correct defense, and by pacing your units to the pace that they need to be paced in order to keep everyone together and to keep everyone in formation. That is how you keep things going.
Moving to Overwatch.
That's one of the biggest problems with Darkest Dungeon. A great example is the fails video he showed me. One guy tried to say he's got a mega finale that he's got ready for some asshole to deal with. And this is one of the funniest ones. This is one of the funniest ones. His party consisted of a swordsman that looked like Link. He had a Vestal for healing. He had another guy that I don't remember, but that guy was afflicted with the Crimson Curse at the time. And he was starting to feel the bloodthirst, which means that there's random chances where you will lose control of this character and he will just do whatever the fuck his AI deems necessary, because madness can possess these characters when the Crimson Curse takes effect. This dumbass had that swordsman on critically low health and ridiculously high stress. And instead of taking the shot with that swordsman that would almost certainly have killed the boss for him, at no risk to the swordsman, and would have absolutely, if it hit, saved that swordsman's life, he skips that guy's turn, and then the next guy who has the Crimson Curse immediately skipped his own turn because he was possessed by the blood and did not fucking think for himself and did not allow the player to control it. After that guy skipped his turn, instead of allowing him to do what he needed to do with him in order to get the Jester unit that is basically a dark version of a bard to do what he wanted the Jester to do without the swordsman dying, the other character
I'm sorry, I was laughing so fucking hard of the facial expression on it.
Yes, this guy had an amazing expression on his face, and it was one of absolute why and how could this happen to me. Well, it happened because, number one, he let his swordsman get over 100 stress. Or no, not the swordsman. The guy who was afflicted with the Crimson Curse got over 100 stress. And the swordsman, the boss punched him in the face once and he died. The guy with the Crimson Curse suffered additional stress from this, had a heart attack, and died. Because he skipped that swordsman's turn. Because he wanted the Jester to do a battle finale, real fucking fancy, and kill him really quick, really awesomely. Well, guess what? Welcome to Darkest Dungeon, motherfucker. Welcome to XCOM, motherfucker. You cannot play this game trying to force the situation into the way you want it to go. You have to adapt to your enemies as they come, with the tactics they use, the behavior that they favor, and the skills that they have. If you do not adapt to all of this, you will watch your soldiers routinely die. You will routinely have to restart the whole game because you can't build up the ranks you need to get this pop upgrades, to get the different upgrades and enhancements. You won't be able to get the technology that you need because you're not even probably thinking to research it in the correct order. And it will lead to 1,000,001 failures. Troy got as far as he did on this run, on the hardest difficulty, using the mechanics to his advantage, the behavior of his enemies to their advantage, the technology to his advantage, and every other thing he could possibly scrape up and use for himself. This may be a bit of a rant, but number one, it proves his point in a way I know everyone can understand. Stop trying to be Lord MLG. I'm going to bull rush this game when you play it, and you will do fine. Because when you play a game like this, MLG is the guy who fucking survives and keeps his team alive and wins. Not the guy who tries to be fancy when he's in a 50-50 situation where his entire team could just die.
I still remember that dude's damn near catatonic screams of "No!"
Yep. That guy was screaming in abject pain and suffering because half his team just died. His swordsman got punched in the face like a fucking boxing bag. Then, after that,
I'm sorry,
Mr. Crimson Curse had a heart attack and died because he didn't take his opportunities where he had them.
I'm sorry. Right now, I'm just...
Don't apologize. Enjoy this. You've made me die laughing numerous times from your pain. I'm sure you can just enjoy this at least once. I think you're entitled to that.
Oh, man.
But that's the kind of player that doesn't do well in these games. They try to push it.
Those, to be fair to those streamers, they did a great job of, like, finishing the game. It's just that those were just fail moments. Those were
just like moments of abject failure for those people. Let me go ahead and correct myself. For those people, those were moments of weakness where they just decided to go for the glory instead of going for what you should have, which was the pragmatic and smart solution. Now, that said, they do manage to do great jobs of finishing these games and succeeding well afterwards. But here's why. They learn from their mistakes and correct themselves accordingly.
Yeah, they adapted.
Yes. The people who play games like XCOM and get their shit canned in are people who walk in and probably expect a relatively simplistic game. Probably even because it is turn-by-turn. I can't count the number of people who try to attribute a turn-by-turn game to simple and easy. Clearly you people have never played Fire Emblem before.
Okay.
But,
Alister, let's pour some alkaline on me.
but this game has a massive number of mechanics, and you have to try understanding them and comprehending them. And every enemy has to be taken care of a different way. And as you've seen, the main thing that Troy has done here, largely to stack the odds in his favor, particularly in the end game, that shadow chamber, it's been
Alister,
showing him all the enemy types he can...
Alister, while you're
What?
cooking, could you mute the phone?
Oh, sorry. But as you've seen, the shadow chamber has given him every advantage in the world, because it shows him everything he's going to fight. From there, Troy goes and micromanages his equipment. This is one of the more technical things in the game that, again, a lot of players probably don't do when they get their shit canned in. Is they micromanage the gear they have they don't micromanage the gear they have equipped to solve the problem. You notice how that's been saving Troy's life, even though if you have to watch his busy work, it can take upwards of 5 minutes sometimes, and how indecisive he occasionally gets.
I would have you know, I'm not being indecisive. I'm just being well-cultured, alright?
You're also being what a lot of people don't be anymore these days, and that's called being thorough in your details. And with a game that has so many different enemies to fight, so many different ways for them to fight you, so many different ways for them to kill you, particularly on the hardest difficulty, which, sorry, if you're playing on the hardest difficulty and this is happening to you, maybe you should tone the difficulty down until you understand the game better. But
that's what
either that or do what Troy did. Keep playing on that difficulty until you learn what you need to do and when you need to do it and how each enemy works. Because behavioral abuse is largely how he's managed to make it through about 80 to 90% of his missions. No damage. No damage at all.
Oh!
He's had one soldier die throughout the entirety of his run. He's had one soldier die throughout the entirety of his run, and it was one of the first fuck-ups he made that he couldn't really fix. And you've seen all of our save scums. He's save scummed maybe a total of 10 times.
Yeah, I could have easily fixed that. It was entirely my own fault, Alister.
Yes, that was entirely your own fault. But you chose to accept that failure and move on from it because it happened. And because it was not a game-ending mistake. When Troy has saved scum, you will notice, folks, most of the time, it's because it's either a game-ending mistake.
Well, it also wasn't a game-ending mistake when I succeeded in that fucking reinforcement attack.
No, that was you doing that to the game out of spite, and you can't argue that. But
wouldn't it have been Iron Man?
A lot of the times when he's saved scummed, it has been because it will either put him so far behind that the game suddenly becomes much more high risk than it's already going to be for him, or it will cost him the game.
Wait, hold on.
The few times he has saved scum where that isn't a problem.
There's 3 fucking codexes and a Andromeda. Get the hell out of here.
That kind of pod is just douchey, if you ask me. I don't even care.
Son of a fucking bitch.
That is just a douchebag pod.
Thankfully, the Andromedon is dead, and hopefully the rest of the codex is a bunch close together. No! Are you fucking kidding me? Oh! We're gonna have to start bringing 2 Mimic Beacons. If the enemy's pods are gonna bunch up this hard, this Andromedon just got how many moves this turn? On their turn? Wait a minute. 1 move to walk into us, another move to cover, then 2 more moves. This Andromedon just got 4 actions after being killed. Yeah, Alister, we might want to tone it down to lengthy, impassioned speeches. Like, I know that you're very...
oh, don't worry, I'm done with that one now. I realize that dragged on way too long.
Yeah, you're very passionate about...
That's the first time I broke down and done that on this channel, but people really need to learn about that. They really do.
Alister, it's good.
Oh, I know. I told you. I'm
You're
done
very
with it.
enthusiastic, but it's time to
watch. That's going to be what gets this channel noticed, and then that's going to become a meme.
Heading out.
Alister's breakdowns. It's going to become a meme of this channel.
God damn it.
Not much of a hit. Running dry on ammo.
Anyway, That's kind of the long and short of it, though, folks. Don't ram your head against the wall that is this game. Look at it and see if you can find a better way to knock it the hell down than just trying to punch it with your fist. Or, you know, smash your head against it until your head caves in, because a brick wall is not going to give before your head does.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, at least it got the stun.
Well, it won't unless you're Hammerhead from Spider-Man's Marvel Comics universe. Oh, the poor puppy dudes. So sad. You're so sad because mommy left. Yeah, well, get over yourself, puppy dog. You're fine. Come on. Chill, little baby dude. What are you whining about?
Excuse me, but it's highlighting them. What the fuck?
It's highlighting them, but it's not letting you hit them again?
No, it's highlighting them with the grenades when I press it, but they're not getting blown up by it. And I have a feeling that it probably changed last second or something. Annoying shit like that.
I really hate it when that game does that. I really do.
There's nothing you can do about it.
No, there really isn't. I mean, you could save scum that until it functions the way it's supposed to, but...
Got it covered.
This dog.
Check it.
It is
Before you get
so
too close.
silly and so sweet. But damn if it isn't stone-headed
Hey,
stupid
Alister,
sometimes.
while you're doing your other things away from the game, can you please mute your microphone?
I was trying to earlier. I didn't think that opening that door was going to make that much noise. Shit.
Yeah, I've really been. Can you please just do that for me? Thank you.
I got it, right?
Well, how about that? Deflection!
Literal butterfingers.
What's over there?
Absolutely. Perfect.
Good.
No rounds.
The play that I made there was to use the mimic beacon, and as the enemies attempted to attack the beacon, the specialists would defend the beacon, the mimic beacon, with Overwatch fire. So even though that situation made me go, ah, there was still a way out of it.
There's always a way out. Well,
Sometimes that way out is pressing P and extracting with the Sky Ranger.
I'm gone.
there's most of the time there's a way out.
One down, thousands to go.
And yes, half the time the method that you have to use is the method that is call Sky Ranger, get the hell out of here, fail mission.
Alright, one Andromedon down.
I definitely got that one. Running through ammo fast.
I could have reloaded with that character, but
Back online.
I was hastily pressing buttons.
You know that was good.
Alright.
There's no peeking.
Locked and loaded. Affirmative, covering now.
And there's what we
I'm trusting you here. Locked and loaded. On Overwatch.
Let's get our weapon reloaded.
Back online.
Ethel.
Whatever you say. Overwatch.
Who wants a piece of me?
I'm trusting you here.
I hope it's worth it.
I think there's a sectopod on the right. I think I'll let go of a scan here, just to see where it is, if it's really close.
Excuse me, sorry folks. Bad sneeze there.
It looks like a shield bearer. That's definitely not the sectopod.
Moving to Overwatch.
Sure thing. I guess that'll be okay.
Alright, we don't want to move too far forward.
I'm on it. Affirmative.
I look like the coyote.
Shh, you hear that?
Alright, they're moving towards us.
Commandos, how will we stop them from kicking our butts?
The aliens use
How
fists
about
to defeat
butts
most of
with our
Earth's
hands?
conventional forces. It can punch through armor just as easily as it chews through infantry. Be careful.
Here's a sectopod.
It's stomping right out to greet you.
Now I'm gonna hope that I can get a stun with the 2 EMPs I brought. Or, well, one now. Alright, we're gonna toss a grenade at these guys and expose a couple of them.
Menace 1-5. Watch those supply crates. If you destroy them, there won't be anything left for us to recover once the area is secure.
You try watching the supply crates with a sectopod up your ass.
On my way.
EMP might have a chance to stun him. If we get the stun, that means we're really lucky. If we don't, then whatever. We got the stun, we're really lucky. Now normally I'd use both of the EMPs on the sectopod to double down on getting a stun on them. In this case, that's not what we're gonna do here. Also, all of these enemies are able to both move and shoot. So, especially the Stun Lancer. So, I'm actually gonna aid Protocol and Overwatch with most of my characters after these other characters like the Shotgunners and whatnot attack and see what we can kill.
Isn't clear?
First things first, I want to get rid of that Advent Stun Lancer because he basically ignores cover. He's down. Now we want to get rid of excuse me. Sorry for the yawning. I'm gonna see if we can
What's over there?
get rid of this shield bearer. Or no, the trooper. Trooper is what we want to get rid of. So I'm just gonna use threat assessment on these characters and then take a shot at them, so I try to kill them preemptively.
That's it.
So if we miss, they still get their shots off, and I can still get multiple Overwatch hits. And if we get nothing, then it's fine, because the sectopod is not stuck.
Went off the armor.
How many pods did you chew through before I got back?
A lot. And now we're going to chew through a sectopod, dealing 30 damage to him, and shredding all of his armor. And then this next shot should be 100%. Significant amounts of damage. And he's gonna get hit by 2 Overwatch.
Check it before you get too close.
He only had enough health to live through one.
Okay, I'll go.
Sergey, we'll give the kill to Johnson, and we're gonna back up with Razor just so he doesn't get hit by the explosion.
All right, I'll go.
Sectopods explode when they attack, or when they get destroyed.
Holy shit.
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Sometimes sectopods are really shitty because they'll stand on top of an objective and kill them, they explode and destroy the objective.